Insurgency, banditry have reduced or has reduced under the Tinubu government. My name is Utuak Daniel, and to engage the discourse this morning is Mr. Salihu Dantata Mahmood. He is a security expert, and he'll be joining us in a short bit as we go conversational in the topical issue of discourse this morning. So you best want to keep your ears out and also give us your vision, right? Your sight, because we host an internationally accepted, nationally motivating, and locally embracing television on YouTube and Facebook. So you can get on there at Eagles FM Abuja. Do well to subscribe to the YouTube channel and let's have that conversation. I mean, the topic of discourse revolves around the recent statement made by Nuhu Ribadu, who happens to be the National Security Advisor. He is claiming that insurgency and banditry have decreased significantly under President Bola Tinubu's administration. Now, this assertion has sparked various reactions from stakeholders and Nigerians, some questioning the validity of the claim, while others are acknowledging the progress made. Now, the security situation in Nigeria has been a pressing concern for many years. Various administrations have come and gone. They've been struggling to effectively address the issue. But the current administration, led by President Tinubu, seems to have faced criticisms for its handling of security challenges, particularly in the north. However, Ribadu's statement suggesting that government has made progress in reducing insurgency and banditry, but then to understand the very context of this claim, it's also essential to examine, the security landscape in Nigeria and the initiatives that has been implemented by the current administration. If you recall, in recent times, Nigeria has faced significant security challenges. Insurgency is one of such, banditry is one of the other, kidnappings is the other. In fact, put all of these together, isn't this an act of terrorism, as one of the family members would say, that hey, call it by the name and let's just stop all of these titles that we give to the same crime. But all of these mostly in the north. It doesn't also mean that the other parts of the country, other regions of the country are not also affected by insecurity, at various level. But what it means is that, look, there has been a concentration, so to speak, in the north. Now, these challenges have had devastating effects on communities. It has had devastating effect on economics and economies. And the overall well-being of Nigerians. Well, let's get to engage our guest this morning as we go conversational. A very good morning to you, Mr. Salihu Dantata.
Very good morning, Eagle Radio. I'm glad to join you this morning on topical issues that have to do with security.
Awesome. Welcome aboard. Now, it is no news anymore that at the event that happened in Kaduna 2 days ago, that Nuhu Ribadu, who happens to be the National Security Advisor, had stated that insurgency and banditry have reduced under President Tinubu's administration. Now, according to him, the unified security approach adopted by the government, it has yielded positive results with notable, reductions in violence and kidnappings in the states, like Kaduna and Benue State. But the statistics provided by Ribadu are telling, with over 11,259 hostages released in the Northwest region as of May of 2025, and several notorious bandit leaders neutralized in Zamfara, Kaduna, and Katsina states. Now, this event happens to, bring together some very great personality when it comes to, politics, and notable stakeholders too as well, including General Christopher Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff, George Akume, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Ubasani, the Kaduna State Governor, Muhammadu Inuwayaya, the Gombe State Governor, and a host of others. So let me ask you, because you are a security expert and you have been a frontliner when it comes to matters that concern, security in our dear country, Nigeria. You've seen the highs and the lows, Mr. Salihu. What would be your takeoff from, this line from the NSA chief? And what other angles or aspects, of that meeting would you like to highlight to us this morning?
Thank you very much, my erudite anchor person.
Appreciate.
The event, which was organized by the Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation, SAMBF, was assessing how well President Tinubu administration has delivered on electoral promises during his 2023 campaign election, especially targeted at the northern Nigeria. And if you can recall, ministers and top officials in President Tinubu's administration were there at Arewa House in Kaduna to give accounts of the federal government performance over the past 2 years. The program was organized by the Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation, and both political, traditional, and religious leaders from 19 other states were there, including federal officials. Roll call from National Security Advisor, SGF, governors, ministers, and also others. And when we go, the theme of the lecture was reduction of the cost of what have you, and also it. There were many issues that were discussed, but let us take from your opening, from the security aspect, where the National Security Advisor, Ribadu, spoke, and others. When you look at before the Tinubu administration, you can observe that there were some kind of lapses, even when the late Muhammadu Buhari was the president. We knew how much was expanded on procurement of Tucano, fighter jets, drones, and what have you. But what did you see from non-users of them to quick action and others? So, like the National Security Advisor was saying, even though there are certain things to be checked, because when he was saying that everywhere in Nigeria seems to be secured,
right,
and ministers' effort will not fly if they are to travel within the country, I will say that is just like policy statement. There are certain roads, let's even start from Niger, Zamfara, that Ribadu will not allow his minister to move on familiarization tour from Babana to Lumambare. Are you with me?
Yes, go ahead.
Where some of the Lakurawa terrorists are still there, or move from Kayama to Karonzi, to Barute local government area of Kwara North, moving to Durma in Barute local government, or Yashikira or Chikanda. The first thing they are going to face is potholes. What make the terrorists of Mahmuda to sometimes come from the bushes, even though the army response team. The same way, it will not allow some ministers whom they cherish in government to also travel by maritime waters in Tumbus area of Lake Chad or Mandara Hills. Are you with me?
Yes.
Or Metele or Mafa, or travel through Maru, Talata Mapara, Isa, Sabombini, except if they have to use more than 50 escort combined with army, police, and others. So there are successes recorded, which we must say, and I will x-ray them. One, we knew how the credible intelligence gathered made the Operation Fasanyama to succeed and eliminate Sububu, who was one of the trusted allies of Bello Turji around Shinkapi area. Then above all, we knew how certain movement of Bello Turji bandit convoy who were on motorcycle, were 2-2 on motorcycle, 300 were eliminated by air component group of the Operation Fasanyama, where the Air Force were carrying out the onslaught and they succeeded in killing 300 in combined effort with the ground troops of the Nigerian Army, DSS intelligence team, police, and also others. Similarly, how Lakura were flushed out from areas in Kebbi and Sokoto. Then Mahmuda terrorists that Itato issued ultimatum to some inhabitants of Karozi, Durma, and other Nuku and Nanu, Kaniko Company, Adena, and Kayama, and Bartolo local government were reduced to minimal level when the Chief of Army Staff went and gave ultimatum to the Army troops in Ilori, as well as the GOC Second Mechanized Division. We also knew how they were able to act on credible intelligence and eliminate of recent in Rijau when they earlier came to torment. Also in Mairiga and some other areas, we also know of what successes were made in Tangaza, in Sabon Bini, Isa local government, and so Augi Mera, even though some remnants are there. So now we have geared up intelligence gathering and coordination, because first in history we are seeing where the air component group is using fighter jets to eliminate them, and the intelligence they are gathering is no longer carrying out error where they made mistake by misuse of drone in Tudubiri and also others. So therefore, I think to some extent what the National Security Advisor and Chief of Defense are saying is they have changed their strategy where they act on credible intelligence gathered. And don't also forget there is also ownership involvement. I was privileged recently at the instance of the Chief of Defense Staff under the Northern Youth and Elders Awareness Forum in conjunction with Verbatim Magazine, as well as Mike Okiro Security Network, where we visited the Chief of Defense Plans and Policy, Air Vice Marshal Olatunde, at the instance of Chief of Defense, where there is a program coming up where there will be workshop on how the Nigerian civilian populace will know how they need to also feed the security agencies with intelligence information in order for them to know the market where these non-state actors go to. And don't forget also, under this administration, Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Ogala, visited Baga and gave some gun boats where they will be combing the Baga waterways that lead to boats and other areas. Then the Controller General of Nigeria Immigration Service held workshop where Defense Intelligence Agency, DMI, CID of the police, GSS and others gathered in Lagos, where they brainstorm to see how they can comb and avert illegal immigration through maritime waters, where he realized that illegal immigrants normally come through the waterways, and they have taken steps. So under this government, it is happening. Then again, come to nature of bad roads. The Minister of State Works, Barrister Bello Goronyo, who himself delivered his speech at the memorial lecture of Sardauna in Arewa House, he had said that when roads are bad, sometimes these non-state actors, they take advantage to carry out their nefarious activities. And you can now see Abuja Kefi Road has been expanded, which is critical. It's linked to a lot of places under this administration. Then Abuja Kaduna, that Julius Baza Ita to abandon them, re-awarded it. And severally, Umai as Minister of Works, Bello Goroya, Minister of State, and even took a PDP stalwart who challenged Umai of recent to inspect Abuja Kaduna Road, where the asphalt concrete mixture they are using have capability, according to Bello Goroyo, to last for 50 to 100 years, and they are intensifying supervision, because when you have good road network, that on itself is security. When roads are good, they will not have tendency to kidnap or carry out nefarious banditry or insurgency. Under this administration, they are awarded jobs on road network and they are supervising it. The Minister of Works, Dave Umai, an engineer, as well as Bello Goronyo, a lawyer, they have extended gesture of using, Nigerian engineers that we also have competent ones that are certified by Society of Engineers, Council for Regulatory Engineering in Nigeria, and of recent they are firm. The president said there is no way we cannot use our engineers that are qualified. So what I'm trying to say, there are many ways to fight insecurity. Then again, the Chief of Defense Staff, beyond just the memorial lecture, Political and International Relations Department invited him. The Rear Admiral that represented him at University of Abuja, International and Political Science Department awards and lecture in honor of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Lab. The Rear Admiral said, we are also fighting insecurity with food security. The president in Kwali Shada, they gave tractors, farming input and gadgets to boost agriculture. When people are okay at eating well, non-state actor cannot come and give peanuts and what have you. So I think the submission of most of the government functionaries, from SGF, George Akume, Chief of Defense Staff General C.J. Musa, to NSA, Ribadu, to Minister of State for Works and Housing, Bello Mohamed Goronyo, to Minister of Livestock, Agriculture, Information and others, I think they are done. But above all, much needed to be done. Because when you talk about insecurity, we know it's not peculiar to Nigeria alone. What the Arewa Consultative Forum also raised is true. There are certain areas where you don't need to just mobilize security forces to go and dislodge them. Set up permanent security structures like Army Cantonment, Air Force Base, Mobile Police Squadron, Counter-Terrorism Police Squadron, and also other things. Then again, make sure you, like for example now, recruitment is ongoing in civil defense, immigration, fire, and correctional service. Like the immigration service, make every state to have more than 30 because immigration have what you call armed squad. Border areas are porous. When these armed squads are there, as they are checking the entrance and the exit, they will have enough manpower. So the numbers they should give to immigration should exceed that of correctional service, fire and civil defense because they have role to play at the border. So above all, I think what the NSA said is good, but much still needed to be done. And I know our one and only President Bola Tinubu will listen to all the criticism and submission because don't forget when he visited Benue after also the massacre in Yelwata, he was telling security agencies, don't arrest people because they tell me the truth, they insult me, it makes me stronger. So I believe he will look at the gray areas for infrastructure, security, education, agriculture, human capacity building, employment to adjust and make his administration the best.
So let's look into, the person of Malam Ribadu. I mean, quite a number of people have had, or Nigerians have had, very high expectation of him, especially when he was announced the NSA chief. But then it does seem as though with that statement that he made 2 days ago, it's not sitting rightly. As much as we want to rest our backs on some of the claims that he had made and successes, within the security architecture, there is also a need to put it out there that just today on the front page of Nigerian newspapers, we have seen how bandits have been on a renewed rampage in Katsina. Bandits have been on a renewed rampage in Katsina, where villages were evicted, and then the villagers have been forced into peace deals. And it makes us wonder very, deeply, why is it that when such statements that seemingly seem like successes that we have made are made by very reputable and notable stakeholders of the very system, we see yet these bandits, kidnappers, terrorists, that's when they even mount an onslaught. That's when they become very, very viral. That's when they show their strength and their capacity. Doesn't it worry you that it does seem as though we are going back and forth and we are not really making the giant strides that we want? Because keep in mind, there are certain expectations or implications, in this matter. One of such would be the fact that it's derailing public trust. When you're saying one thing on here and the next minute we are seeing the direct opposite of what you have said, it derails public trust, it derails accountability, it derails democratic institutions, it derails economic impact of whatever it is that you're saying. Even the social, impact cannot be felt. Are you not worried in this regard?
Well, as somebody whose immediate community is also battling with menace of non-state actors, even though the government tried, like I told you, presently Army response team are there in Chikanda, Kayama, Karozi and others. You see, don't forget, ownership involvement is also lacking among inhabitants of Katsina. Don't forget, the governor once came to say that a lot of the inhabitants of some of these affected areas are also giving information to the bandits. Are you aware? Like, Katsina people need to act like the way they acted in Kayama and Baruten. When the Mahmuda terrorists threatened that they won't go to farm, they were not afraid of them. They transmitted certain privileged intelligence information. Are you with me? That got to defense headquarters, army headquarters, DSS headquarters, and police headquarters. And within 3 days, GOC 2nd Division was in Kayama. He met the emir alongside the governor, and they promised, followed by the visit of Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olorede. Are you with me? Olorede. Are you with me? And what happened? They started flushing them out. When the firepower was much, they wanted to get into Benin Republic. The gendarmes blocked the exit between Taberu in Barute local government and Benin Republic. Are you with me? And what do you find in Katsina? In Kankara, Kankia, Malumfashi, half of them are informants. Even with the organizing of collaborative security summit, Northwest Security Summit, which you know, sponsored by United Nations Development Program, at the instance of His Excellency G. Korada, Governor of Katsina State, where governors of other states were there, including Deputy Governor of Kano, where community was raised. What happened? So if you don't help yourself, nobody helps you. And don't forget, it is not every village that have police station, civil defense office, or military office. That's why I tell you, they need to restructure the security architecture. There is huge budgetary allocation annually to police, army, navy, air force. Huge cantonments, air force bases, civil defense formations, DSS formations, police formations. Are you with me? Mm-hmm. Let me give you an example. At the advent of insurgency in Borno, when they got 7th Division, they never had it before. That was when they get theater command, joint task force. Are you with me? Therefore, anywhere that is having insecurity, it won't take federal government anything, because the purview of security lies on federal government, only complemented by state governors. They are only chief security officers. But above all, governors, instead of spending their security vote on chartering aircraft, sponsoring people to places that are irrelevant, let them complement the government effort. They can buy security gadgets and logistics for the police, army, and others. Tinubu did it as governor in Lagos, where he metamorphosed the Itato military administrator, Colonel Buba Marwa's operation chief, into rapid response squad made up of police and other security agencies, and gave them gadgets. Northern governors, beyond just talking, they need to wake up from their slumber. Look at Southwest today. They have Amotekun. They brought out their own security architecture. Till date, we have not seen their effectiveness. Therefore, they should go for visibility studies in Southwest. Ask them how is Amotekun able to be complementing the effort of the Southwestern states. Are you with me? Therefore, security is collective effort. It is high time, beyond theoretical security summit, we practicalize it. The Inspector General of Police, the mobile police, he withdrew from VIPs. They should post most of them to Katsina, Zamfara, Sokoto, Kebbi, Kwara, Niger, Borno, and others. It is not the responsibility of the Army and Air Force to be involved in internal security, but it has gone beyond the police. With the larger squad of the police, from Police Mobile Force, Counter-Terrorism Unit, Special Forces, Intelligence Response Team, Special Tactical Squad, ID Monitoring Team, Border Police, Marine Police, and also others, rather than making some of them to go and become escorts to VIPs that don't even deserve it. What are we seeing? It is high time we follow the advice of former IG Mike Okiro, who once said that half of the policemen that are supposed to be fighting internal security against criminality are attached to very important personalities, which is true. Therefore, we need to come back to the drawing board, reorientate, ensure proper training, capacitate police training schools, colleges, military depots area, Air Force training schools, civil defense training schools, DSS training schools, so that from where they have been trained, they are already ready to tackle any incriminating attacks that might come.
All right, let's put a peg to your thoughts and take this call already. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning to you, Elder Naja.
Naja is my own.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Cuba.
All right, go ahead, Elder Naja. Go ahead. Thank you.
You see, the problem we have in Nigeria here, they have done security issues. And that's why anything. So, go to America and see, if it has a spirit matter, all the party, all the elders came together, and then they take decision, and then the president of America will represent it. Go to the other country where they are practicing the type of democratic government where they never take spirit matter into politics. And then two, who is critical party have advised the government to way out. Nigeria police, Nigeria army can never fight insurgency. Insurgency war is a guerrilla war. There's no country where you see police and army fighting insurgency. The people to fight insurgency, they are special force. They're not the type of special force we have in Nigeria army, because the role of engagement in Nigeria army, it can't allow them to fight the insurgency, because there's many weapons in the armory where you can't use it against Nigeria. The other country, we have a special force in Nigeria here before. Only I don't have time to explain it. But the people where they train in the land of Israel, and not of that. We are training national guard, from national guard to Liberia. But when we came back, they bring Israel to train us more in Sokoto. And then General Manu advised the ambassador to dissolve us because we are not under army. Dissolve the no, so they are going to pass the government. Ambassador dissolved them and retired them from army. What is the genesis of insecurity in Nigeria here? I'm advising the present government. Nigeria police, Nigeria army, they are fighting subjects. We have best army in the world. We have best police in the world. But it's not the duty of them to fight insurgency. They are just trying because they are professionals. The people to fight insurgency, they call them a special force. Not the type of we have a once in strike battalion, a special force in army. But that can fight, it can fight insurgency because of the rule of the government. What the government is supposed to do is that carry people from Nigeria army, Nigeria police, Nigeria air force, and then order these things. Carry them go to Jadi. Call a special force from America to train them, or Russia, or Israel, or anywhere in the world. They will train them, and then they will link them with communication. The problem we have in Nigeria here, communication. Because that's
Elder,
the life is not working.
Elder,
that country where it
time will not allow.
Let me run down 2 minutes, please. 1 minute, please. So they will link you with their own life. And then everywhere in the forest, it can be taken with MI5. If it connects MI5, there's nothing in the forest where you can see. Connect to that country will give you the
all right,
no,
Elder, I have to let you go now. Well, anyways, thank you, Elder Nadra, all the way from Cuba. Now, let me quickly, squeeze this one in. Let me squeeze this in, Mr. Saliu. So, 5 months on, 5 months after, there has been a probe of, or the probe of alleged Boko Haram funding is dragging in the National Assembly because the allegations of against the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, and other local and international NGOs of funding activities of Boko Haram, Islamic State, West Africa Province, SWAP, and even other violent groups have failed to appear, even as coming up with verifiable and undisputable evidence of such activities have remained a Herculean task. Now, this was sometime around 21st of July of this month. It makes us want to ask, and Nigerians are asking, that look, why are we still dragging this probe? What is it about this allegation that it does seem as though we don't want to go into? Because many believe that if we have been able to look into some of those allegations in this regard, that probably would have had about 90% of our insecurity woes cut off, solved. Do you agree with that on the one side? Number two, Elder Onajer has raised some
I think let me answer these questions one by one.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes.
Let me go with this. You see, in the first place, the allegations that some of these NGOs are spies, are you getting me, by the defense headquarters, you remember?
Yes.
It's true, because we know of an NGO called operating in the northeast. Then, are you getting me? Some of them were found to even be the ones bringing arms for the non-state actors. Are you getting me? You see, this insurgency is divided into two, okay? The armed banditry is purely domesticated. Are you with me? The Boko Haramism, Iswamism, and others are having both political, international, and domestic collaboration. Are you with me? So now the issues are the police we knew prior to before the taking over of Buhari, toppling of Shagari. Shagari had procured even armor personnel carriers for the police. If the police from that time till now, the welfare, the equipment have been, no, there wouldn't have been room, like the caller was telling you, okay? World over, armed forces are not, let me quote late Chief of Army Staff and former Economic Fleet Commander, 1997, may so rest in peace. I visited the ambassador to Sierra Leone, Ambassador M.C. Abubakar, and when we were coming back, we both boarded Bellevue Air. Not longer in operation. I don't know whether you know of Bellevue.
Yeah, I do.
And General Victor Manu, them as Economic Fleet Commander, and the ambassador and myself, I now asked General Victor Manu a question. I said, sir, what is the role of the military? He said, my son quote me even after death. He said the primary responsibility of the combined armed forces is to defend the territorial integrity of the country. Are you with me? But when you are to take their roles by itemizing them, Air Force is for the airspace in the country, Land Army is for the land, then while the Navy is for the maritime waters, the sea. Are you getting me? They can combine, they have one primary role and assignment, defense of the territorial integrity. So now, that is that role that gives them that complementing the effort of the police. But were the police to be properly equipped, they have counter-terrorism unit and MOPOL and what have you, they will have been, but they are not properly, look at even their retirees protesting. No good pension. Somebody is working, is not motivated. He retired, no good pension. He won't be motivated, no morale won't be high. So now, coming back to your question, the issues are world over, particularly third world country. The financial incapacitation has not been able to make them to meet up security challenges overnight. Afghanistan is even insurgents are in power. Taliban, we thank God Nigeria, it is our politicians that get elected. So we are even lucky. So the issues are, for us to fight this, it is collective. So sometimes some of these our criticisms don't work. Then some of these NGOs, it is high time the Department of State Services, NIA, and the police force CID vet them. Any international NGO that is saying is coming to establish IDP, there should be background check. That is why we have NIA in all our high commissions and embassies. But what do you find? You send some of them to go and work over there. They are not even doing the job that they are supposed to be doing. Are you with me? But we thank God we have an active Department of State Services, DG Ajayi. I want to tell you emphatically that the DG DSS Ajayi is even going outside his way to even collaborate, to be getting ownership, involvement, intelligence information. Some of these, okay, for example, now this success they recorded in Niger, in a village under Shiroro local government. It was through three ways: the army with the hybrid. Are you getting me? The hybrid were supported by credible intelligence from TSS. So under the TSS DG is gathering momentum. Immigration DG is also collaborating. Don't forget, immigration also have immigration intelligence. Are you with me? So what I'm saying now, the synergy, intelligence gathering and sharing is gathering momentum. Today you hear Operation Fansanya, my air component group is carrying out onslaught on air. The army, police, DSS and others are also doing ground exercise. The issue is because there is synergy, then it's gathering momentum. So, and I will still quote the Chief of Defense Plans and Policies, AVM Olatunde. He said the door is open for patriotic Nigerian civilians that are ready to collaborate so that intelligence gathering and sharing can be, because it is both the one within their internal circles and external circle, but in doing that, they also have to carry out their background information. So I think...
Yeah, so my point exactly is, if with all of these unresolved challenges that we face staring us right in the face, and new insecurity threats coming from these terrorist groups emboldened for whatsoever reason, does it justify the place of the NSA chief to come out to telling Nigerians that, oh, all of these things have declined, that we can now travel by roads and we are free and we are okay, and then the next minute we are seeing that our neighbor has just been killed by insurgents and terrorists? Does it justify it?
They did it to embarrass the National Security Advisor. But don't forget, he's a policeman. And in every community you have outposts. Are you getting me? They have the larger structure of security internally. So let's be fair to NSA. You see, there are codes of holding public office. As an appointee of the government, you cannot go contrary to certain things. You have to present any issue, even whether you are NSA in America. You see, security advisor, is it not part of this issue of just negligence of sharing WhatsApp chat with journalists that made Donald Trump to sack one of the top security agents? Are you with me? So what Ribadu did as NSA is in the right cause, because as NSA, you don't expect him to say there is insecurity in Nigeria. So this is what is swore to uphold. So the issues are, when you are in the system, you have to do things that will protect national security. So I think I'm not trying to be a spokesperson. What he did is right. But I want to say to some extent, we are getting some improvement. But like I said, they need to intensify, enhance intelligence gathering. Then, when there was Offa robbery, that was what led to establishment of a Mopo squadron in Offa. Since then, you didn't hear anything. So let them, the Senate Committee on Police, Defense Subcommittee on Army, Navy, Air Force, and others, let them make appropriation. Are you getting me? Right. Establish police squadron, build quarters for them, improve their welfare, then Army, Cantonment, Air Force, and others. These are the solutions. Then again, as civil populace, particularly my people in Katena, Zamfara, instead of giving information to Turiji boys, help the police, immigration, Army, Air Force, DSS, and others. Because without security, you cannot achieve building of schools, hospitals, give employment, even put transformers for power generation, including other things.
All right.
It's a collective responsibility, my brother.
Well, you say it's a collective responsibility, and I hold no doubt, but let's get to hear from family members now. Hello and good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Odua.
Good morning to you, Elder Onajer. I beg your pardon, Honorable Edwards from Apo.
Thank you.
Yes, talk to us. Awesome.
Yeah. I appreciate and accept totally what I just saying. You see, I've been away for some time now. I've been to some states. Like there's one state close to my state. I don't want to mention the state here. Insecurity has reduced in Benue State, my state, honestly speaking. Hello?
Go ahead.
It has reduced. But our state governors are not complementing this effort. As you can see, a state governor who is having a farm where he's not even from his local government, people were living there, the individuals were living there, he's now occupying over 10,000 hectares of farm. Where are those people going to stay? You see where insecurity is having, we're having issue with this insecurity. Particularly a state that is close to Benue State. People were living there. They have to use force. Get these people out of this thing. What is the force they use? They didn't use the general army. They didn't use the DSS. They didn't use the police. So they are now complimenting this effort as Mr. President or whoever. Okay, where there is no road, you expect someone to go there, you'll be kidnapped. What are they doing? Nothing. So that's part of what is happening. So I appreciate what he said. He's 100% right. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you, Honorable Edwards, for that window. Have you sent a message via the WhatsApp portal just yet? If you haven't, well, you should, and we'll take that message already. See how we take one more call, and then we get to the messages. Hello, good morning.
The spokesman did not mention anything about my business.
Oh, okay.
And then 1 minute. One minute.
Yeah.
You say they kidnap people in Cameroon again. You say terrorists in Nigeria again. What of a child? Then they have a special force. A special force don't have barrack outside. They occupy all the forest. Now we are talking about a special force to protect this thing. Army, they are doing their best. But it's not the duty of army to fight insurgency. That's what I'm telling him. If you say wrong or no wrong. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.
All right, Elder Onajer right there saying that, look, it's a matter of special force. That's what we really need to fix this menace. And Elder Onajer has also pointed something very, very crucial out. I mean, he has said, have you heard of anything that has to do with insurgency in Niger, in all these neighboring countries anymore? No. And he believes that it's a matter of a special force. I mean, Mr. Saliu, how do you respond to that? Elder Onajer has been talking about special forces.
Of the first caller on Benue, you see, as citizens, we need to say what is right when and somehow. Are you getting me?
Right.
There is no one that is more critical than me, which you know. So the issue there is when they had massacre in Yelwata, road was blocked, right? SGF is from Benue. The governor is from there. Other ones were. Mr. President left. He was supposed to be in Kaduna. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as humanitarian and listening president. He went there, held town hall meeting, where he even visited the graveyard and whatever, where he was saying that if you see people criticize me, don't arrest them because they make me get stronger. That is what the commander-in-chief can do. And since then, there has been improvement. When some arrests were made, a woman whose husband had brought even petrol into the house, she questioned, later got to know it was for burning of house. They aided at some of the chief tribes in Yelwata and the villages that were attacked. They even accommodated some of the X-Men that attacked, according to Chief of Defense of General C.G. Musa, isn't it? So that is to tell you that ownership involvement is lacking.
But let's quickly go to
Special Forces. They wear overall black, okay? Air Force has the same thing. Navy. Police also have their special forces. But you cannot train special forces in Nigeria and expect them to perform well. What happened to their training in Belarus? Are you with me? Where are the places you train them with? Right. Okay, like now, the defense headquarters, Army headquarters dispatched special forces about 800. The chief of defense has spoke, including the chief of army, isn't it? Now, secretly, they are operating in some of these places. They are fighting against banditry and insurgency. That is why you see today, they will say in Northeast, they killed this one that is going from here and here. Even now, let me tell you, Niger, that is close there. In Rijau, when they had come the previous week, they killed a lot of them. In Mairiga, the same thing. Are you getting my point?
Right.
In Babana, the same thing. In Zamfara, when they were moving on bikes, they killed them. So as they are succeeding, let us also support them by being positive. I like the enthusiasm of this first caller that comes from Benue. When it is right, let us say that is how we can ensure security.
All right, appreciate that one from you, though. Appreciate you are Mr.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And thank you for your voice. Right now, he has given us his own thoughts, his own side to it, but the discourse is still ongoing. Get across social media platforms, especially YouTube and Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well as give us a like and a following on the Facebook page wall, and spread the eagle's wings across every other social media